Hi, my name is Margret. In this video I'm introducing you to checked exceptions. I'm going to start by having a closer look at the Java exception hierarchy. Only objects of type throwable and its subclasses can be used with the exception handling mechanism. There are different groups of throwables. One of them are the errors. Errors indicate serious problems that programs typically cannot recover from. As a guideline, don't try catching an error. A different group of throwables are the runtime exceptions. Runtime exceptions often indicate issues with the code that can and should be prevented. Here is the guideline: fix the code. For example, if you have an index out of bounds exception, make sure you don't access an index that is out of bounds. Both errors and runtime exceptions are called unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions do not need to be caught, nor do they need to be declared. In the case of the errors, we can't recover from them. In case of the runtime exceptions, we should avoid them in the first place. All other exceptions that are neither runtime exceptions nor errors are called checked exceptions. Checked exceptions have to be caught or declared. They can and they should be handled. Let's have a closer look at the catch or declare requirement. Code segments that might throw a checked exception must be enclosed by one of the following: either a try statement that catches the exception, or a method that includes a throws clause and thus declares that a given exception might be thrown. In a prior video, I showed already how to catch exceptions. Let's have a look how to include a throws clause. Here is an example. It is the method header of the method readFile. It has one parameter, the file name, and when we read from a file, there is the possibility that we might encounter an I/O exception. Throws I/O exception, that part is the throws clause. All checked exceptions that might be thrown but are not caught need to be declared in the throws clause. Notice the throws clause is right here after the parameter list and before the opening curly brace of the method body. Sometimes we have a reason not to catch an exception right away, but to do that on a different higher level. If the exception is a checked exception, we have to include it in the throws clause so everybody who uses the method is aware that a checked exception might be thrown. If there are multiple such exceptions, we still use one keyword throws followed by all the checked exceptions separated by commas.